you absolutely have to work with a national trial firm that represents mesothelioma victims. It's very, very nuanced. So you're going to need to know that the trial defendants that you would go after, the asbestos companies that are still viable, you're going to need to know the bankrupt asbestos companies. You're going to have to know the history of how they went bankrupt. And then you're going to need to know all the asbestos-containing products for the viable companies and the bankrupt defendants. You're just not going to know that unless you practice in this realm. And then you got to be able and willing to take them all the way to verdict, because the values are not going to be there in a trial setting unless you have a law firm that's going to take it to verdict, and that has a history of winning trials and getting higher values for the case. Like our firm has been doing this for 25, 30 years. We've been representing mesothelioma families, and because we've won so many trials around the country, the minute we file a case and we get a deposition done and perhaps we go through a motion for summary judgment, every viable defendant in that case is going to think long and hard about going through to verdict. 99% of them are going to settle the case before you get anywhere near picking a jury. And then sometimes some of them will wait till you pick a jury and then they'll settle. But the other ones, maybe they'll take a risk. And if you take a risk, they have to think long and hard about if they're going against our law firm.